Hi everyone, and welcome to today's art session. I haven't been on for a while because I've been trying to organize getting my studio space tidy so that I can kind of find where all my merchandise is, and also, all my kind of office equipment that I need for whenever I need to send out a parcel and make things a little bit easier to function in my actual studio space. So I've been thinking a lot about different things and how to get my art to where I want to get it to. So I decided that I'm going to start trying to do at least once a day a quick kind of sketch painting using watercolor, and to draw from actual images of from nature or portraits or whatever else, just to get myself quietly fine tuning my skills. So I love to draw and paint from my mind. Obviously, it's been inspired through years of, looking around and seeing what's around me and getting ideas. And but I really want to be able to start getting some more of the natural elements into my paintings. I want to use more flowers, and I want to start getting the detail in those actual flowers, closer to the originals that you would get out there in the world. Or if I'm using animals, I want to get them a lot closer to what you would imagine the animal to be. I think what it is that I've always been used to using the suggestion of objects or of animals or of people, but I want to start bringing in the detail a little bit more so that when I am creating my work, I am getting the actual referencing a lot better, and I'm able to basically bring the different elements in the painting together a lot more unifiedly, and if that's a word. And so I'm just gonna start practicing doing different paintings at least once a day, and hopefully that will at some point get me to be a bit more observant in how I am creating my artwork. Also, another side of this is that when I am drawing these referencing elements and items of animals or whatever, I am actually still gonna keep my eyes. So in this painting you're seeing here, you're gonna see that I actually keep the way that I'm creating the large eyes of my characters, but it's to kind of get the impression of what I'm thinking in my head in my actual artwork. But I'm finding that working with all the different mediums is really helping me to understand how to present my work with the different layers that I want to use. So I know that in my digital work, you would see kind of layers that seem quite floaty and drippy, and I think that the watercolor side of it seems to be very good at bringing that out very quickly and very easily for me. So I would love to be able to start layering that way, starting with watercolors, and then after watercolors, then I would use acrylics to add extra detail, and then go from there to oils. I want to be also able to use mixed media elements. So it's currently, I think what it is that I'm breaking down the different segments of the approach I'm trying to get to. So I'm trying to learn how to use them all enough that by the time I start putting them together, I will have a natural flow of what should come where, and also how much of one layer I need to do before I add the next layer. Because with watercolor, once I use watercolor, if I use acrylic over that, I can't really, unless there's areas where I haven't used the acrylic, I can't really go over with the watercolor again. So I want to be able to know that I can create layers and possibly just think, right, okay, I think I've finished with this watercolor layer, and now I'm going to add the next. So the reason I'm using all these different layers of different mediums, because people will probably be wondering why do you need to do that, is because in my work I'm finding that there's different depths and textures and yeah, to the work. So I need to use materials that can bring out that diversity in movement in the actual work. I think that's what I'm trying to do anyway. So yeah, so me drawing this deer doesn't look necessarily like it's along what it is that I usually do, but as artists, we always kind of start off observing our environment, and it's quite important to be able to interpret that correctly, to actually have this other side where we can pull back and we can research elements that we want to bring into our work. So if I'd wanted to do a deer in one of my pieces, you know, practicing all this will kind of help with my observation and how to get the kind of the posture of the animal, and alongside if there's a character in the same portrait as well, on the same canvas. So yeah, it's helping me to observe shadow and different things. I'm really enjoying it. And so here I decided to not to speed up the painting too much, but to give it enough so that it's not going to be too long, because I think I did it all within, like, I think it was maybe just under a half hour. But yeah, so I'll just let you enjoy the rest of this painting to some music, and I'll come back to discuss some other goings-ons in my actual work at the moment. So I'll speak to you soon.